This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
So that bizarre pneumatic human mouth sound you just heard was President Elon shouting with masculine elation while wielding a chainsaw gifted to him by anarcho-capitalist, officially libertarian, Argentine President Javier Milei in front of a cheering, sycophantic MAGA horde at the CPAC conference yesterday, February 20th. CPAC is the Conservative Political Action Conference, an annual political conference attended by conservative activists and officials from across the United States. CPAC is hosted by the American Conservative Union, ACU. The first CPAC took place in 1974, and according to their own website, CPAC has now kind of expanded with the exhortation to CPAC in DC 2025. Join the largest and most influential gathering of conservatives in the world as we celebrate and get to work after winning back the presidency, Senate, and keeping the House. So that, in essence, is what CPAC is, that conference. Apologies for a couple of run-on sentences in the show notes. Perhaps I'm being affected by watching deleted scenes from the movie Idiocracy in real time. I'll endeavor to tighten up my grammar during this episode. So yeah, CPAC was a clown show. The most absurd, it usually is, but this is the most absurd one yet. And yeah, we're going to talk about it, what it means for America. So hello and welcome to Colonial Outcast, the anti-anarcho-capitalist, anti-idiocratic podcast that doesn't yearn for the dissolution of the state, only to have it replaced with systems of private property enforced by private agencies, especially not ones owned by Elon Musk and Javier Milei. So if you're new here, we do a Friday episode 3 to 4 times a month called F Around Fridays. It's actually the curse word. I'm just censoring myself here. On Patreon, that's completely comedic. We take a break from the horrors of the world before the weekend, but we're going to be discussing CPAC and other important things, and I didn't want to paywall this episode. So it's on all platforms, just this once. Okay, plug over. Our Patreon is linked in the description if you give a damn. We're just happy you're here. Anyways, co-founder of the platform, Mark Wayne, couldn't be here today, but we are joined by regular contributor Travis, who usually joins the show to discuss military tactics and strategy, but he is a fellow anti-war veteran activist and, you know, black flag anarchist, and we have zero time for billionaire anarcho-capitalists. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, no, glad to be here. Want to do you mind playing that clip again? I haven't heard anyone do a Howard Dean scream since Howard Dean.
Okay, do you want me to start it from where he says chainsaw 3 times?
Just where he just goes.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your special government employee slashing the federal institutions.
Yeah, if you can't see the video, there's a man who clearly has never operated a chainsaw in his life, waving one around his head at CPAC. But yeah.
I'm glad he didn't try and turn it on, because
I bet you $50 that dude could not start that chainsaw to save his life.
And if he did, someone would be losing an arm, either him or Argentine President Javier Milei.
That guy's great. It's like Boris Johnson and him with the I don't know, best or worst hair in politics. You tell me which.
Yeah. So look, I don't want to get too into political and economic theory, but just on the face of it, the thought that anarchism and capitalism are compatible in some sort of utopian vision of perfect privatization and freedom is crazy. Like, how do you have non-hierarchical structures of consent and free association under capitalism and an obsession with private property? Like, I know we have a lot of commie comrades that we like disagree with on certain issues, but not on this. It's just so stupid. But I honestly don't think it's some sort of flawed ideology. I think it's intentional. Like, I literally think it's a grift. It's a grift.
I you and I, like, just like any others, have never seen leftists agree on anything, right? Like, what have we ever agreed on? But they almost all of them agree that anarcho-capitalism is not any kind of real branch of anarchy. It's, cosplaying libertarians, and, libertarians at the end of the day, especially super rich ones like these oligarchs, they don't ascribe to any political system. What they want is to be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do and get government bailouts and subsidies at the same time. That's the game, right?
Socialism is bad, except every 5 years when, my sort of people send the economy into collapse, and we need our companies bailed out by socialism.
Yeah, Steve, this has been kind of funny to watch because Steve Bannon's been calling these guys out, right? You know, he said he's talking about oligarchs specifically. He calls them out, and he says and this is, you know, the lunacy of me agreeing with Steve Bannon on anything is not lost on me. But he said they've abandoned the progressive left. They'll abandon us and do the same thing. They seek power right now. Their feeling is they can see the math, and they see that they have built that the Republicans have a built-in coalition. He goes, so they're using it temporarily. And yeah, like I said, the insanity, but I have to agree with Steve Bannon there.
Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of horrifying that you'd agree on Steve Bannon on anything. But Steve Bannon was at CPAC, and then I'm gonna play a video, and you'll be reminded.
They made him follow Elon too, of all things. So yeah,
yeah. Well, you'll be reminded. Oh yeah, he may rail against the oligarchs and their whole like transhumanism thing, but he's still at the end of the day Steve friggin' Bannon. You know, he's gonna Bannon. So going into this whole like idiocracy thing, we do have to talk about the relationship between like Javier Milei and Elon Musk, because like this kind of brand of like techno-feudalism, fascism hybrid, it's like going global, and they're all interconnected with each other. So where did Elon Musk get the chainsaw? Well, it was gifted to him by Javier Milei. And some of you guys might not be familiar with the Argentine president. He's a real piece of work. I'm going to pull up some Google images real quick just so you guys can get a frame of reference for what this guy looks like. Oh, here's a good one.
He rocks like a Renaissance footman hairstyle that's, you know, impressive.
Yeah. Oh, crap. I was going to pull up a great one from Bloomberg, but friggin' Bloomberg's paywalled. Hang on.
Some kind of medieval page.
Ooh, this is a good one. God damn ads. Here we go. Pulling up. Sorry, this is kind of like our more looser freeform episode of the week that we just kind of wing. So this is Javier Milei, and I prepped a little written thing about him, and I'm just gonna make him stare at you.
Oh, he looks more put together hairstyle wise.
No.
I like what he's wearing is like almost like Beatles-esque flop down shit. That's wild.
No, I have a video of him ranting later that I'm gonna play where he just goes off on an unhinged rant about shit libs. And how leftists must be destroyed. You can't bargain with them. You can't talk to them. So yeah. Anyway, that's this guy. Actually, I don't want to keep looking at him. So okay,
fairly disturbing.
So Argentina is governed by a right-wing libertarian named Javier Milei. He's currently under a zillion lawsuits and calls for impeachment because he was pumping this shit coin called Libra, which I'll get to in a second. Totally tagged. Were you following that story?
No, but it'd be, you know, just another. I mean, Melania and Trump; those are also pumping dumb shit, you know, shitcoin schemes. So,
oh yeah, well, it was actually the same people that did both shitcoin schemes. Did the one for Javier Milei. But anyways, he's a right-wing libertarian. Under his extreme libertarian policies, more than half the population in Argentina is now living in poverty. Although it has become uncertain if Milei will ever be able to finish his presidential term, because in February 2025, he unleashed a massive scandal when he promoted a cryptocurrency scam called Libra that led tens of thousands of his own supporters to lose tens of millions of dollars. So Milei promoted a meme coin called Libra. If you don't, do you know what a meme coin is? Like,
yeah, I can explain it real quick if you want. So
yeah,
so basically, like you've got your like more established cryptocurrencies, right? Your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, stuff like that. Things that actually, you know, have some kind of transactions going on them. They have markets for them, etc. And then, but you can essentially produce any kind of token or coin that you want. There's nothing stopping you. I could go mint one right now and call it, you know, butt coin. It wouldn't matter. It probably already exists. Honestly, I'm pretty sure. Trust me, Queef coin exists already. So,
what?
Yep, yeah. So, but if you take that coin that you can create and combine it with somebody with a large public profile, let's say an influencer, a Jake Paul, maybe, basically anyone that can hype up this shit coin. Meme coin and shit coin are kind of interchangeable.
Oh, like Hawk Tua, like Hawk.
Yeah, literally,
coin.
Yeah. It means a cryptocurrency that shouldn't be taken seriously. But you get somebody like Melania Trump or Jake Paul or Javier Milei, and they hype the coin up, and they can get lots of their followers, lots of their simps to buy it, the price goes through the roof. Well, the thing that you need to understand in those systems is these are what are called pump and dump schemes, and they're very old. And all that means is you hype up a certain stock, or in this case, a shitcoin, you get a bunch of marks to buy it. And when the price skyrockets, you and your buddies who are on the inside, on the know, you sell yours. So you sell yours at the peak, and you usually have the biggest percentage of the position. So you probably have 80% of the shitcoin. You might have 75% of the shitcoin. So when you and your buddies, your inside homies, dump it, the price crashes. And so everybody else, every other idiot that followed you and bought it, lose their ass. And, a handful of you get rich and everyone else loses their ass. There's a couple different ways to describe this, but pump and dump is what it's been called for decades. It's pretty old.
Right. And, the amount of cons that have happened in the crypto world, it's like at this point,
it's also illegal, by the way. Pump and dump schemes are fucking illegal, and the SEC usually prosecutes them, but I think they're having a hard time keeping up with these.
Yeah, but Trump made billions of dollars off his shitcoin.
Yeah.
So did Melania.
Yeah, they have to, I'm not smart on this part of it. You're gonna have to get somebody who's more financial legal than me, but they have to prove that it was intentionally pumped and then dumped. Which I don't know. Maybe there's ways to get around that. I'm sure there are.
Well, there was an interview by CoffeeZilla. He's the guy who kind of monitors a lot of these electronic transactions and stuff with one of the insiders from the Melania shitcoin and the Libra shitcoin in Argentina. And it was basically it's the same insider. So there's this cabal of crypto shitcoin bros that are in on all these schemes, and so they help each other out. It's dude, have you heard of?
Yeah, exactly. It's essentially insider trading, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the. I know about Libra, so I give you a tip. Hey man, you need to dump this right now because Javier whatever is about to sell his own. It's gonna tank, right?
Yeah.
And then you hook me up, and we hook each other up, and and we.
So it just kind of reminds me. It's kind of weird that pre-inauguration they were in the White House. They hosted, that crypto ball.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to any crypto conferences, but
I know you have.
I have, and it's like going to a Magic the Gathering tournament, man. I mean, it's about the same level of hygiene and social skills. The charisma scores are about the same between those two groups.
Dump stat.
Yeah, it's a dump stat. Yeah.
These shitcoins kind of remind me of not NFTs, non-fungible tokens. They have no inherent value.
They require, it requires a belief in a system, and especially in the case of these shitcoins, that you're putting faith in your money into somebody like any of these guys, name one, like Jake Paul or something, for a financial vehicle, which seems fucking insane because it is.
Yeah. So, anyways, going back to it, thanks for the primer. Milei promoted a meme coin again called Libra, and he told people to invest in it, as Travis just explained. And what happened, it was known as, a rug pull or a classic pump and dump scheme where a small handful of investors who had inside knowledge bought up huge sums of the coin in the early hours as there was a massive rally in the stock. And then they immediately sold their holdings after they called each other and be like, all right, we're pulling out, let's do it. And then they immediately sold their holdings and the price collapsed. It was a classic pump and dump scheme, obviously, except this one happened in record time. More than 100 lawsuits were filed in Argentina accusing the president of fraud and being part of a pump and dump scheme because a notorious meme coin marketer, this is the CoffeeZilla interview I was referring to, a notorious meme coin marketer had actually been collaborating with Milei, and he identified himself as an advisor to Milei, and he admitted that his team bought up the Libra coin immediately when it was launched in a very shady practice known as sniping. This led crypto media outlets to accuse Milei's ally of rigging the game for insiders. Duh. And by the way, I should point out that some of the same people were behind the launch of the meme coin, as we've said before, that Melania was backed by, and Melania Trump, and Trump himself also launched a meme coin. And in all of these cases, we've seen huge pump and dump schemes where in a few hours, the price of the meme coin, the fact that there's even something our president's doing called a meme coin, Jesus Christ, skyrockets, and then almost immediately crashes. The vast majority of investors lose their money, and a small handful of people get extremely rich. So what this shows that these right-wing leaders like Javier Milei and Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who's technically has no authority over our government,
it apparently isn't actually an employee of.
Yeah. They're actually exploiting their own supporters. They're promoting pump and dump schemes to their own supporters. And this kind of goes back to like their whole thing, like their whole political philosophy that they pump out to their cult followers. I would say they're a cult, but they're too massive to be a cult. They're disciples. It's more like a religion now. Is that like this is their business genius?
Are we not allowed to say bad words? Because I've got a name for them too. But
no, we're past the 6 minute mark.
Because I call them dick riding simps, but it's a.
Yeah, well, I mean that I don't know. They're living in their own reality, just gargling on the boots, slurping up.
You can
all
see
the bubbles.
You can see the dudes. It's the guys that do interviews about how they like Elon, and they're doing his same like weird ass, hand like when he like poses with his like fingertips together. Yeah.
And so, anyways, it's totally bizarre. Anyway, so Javier Milei went to CPAC, and he was there yesterday. I think he's seriously worried about his political career, so he's cozying up to a fellow anarcho-capitalist, Elon Musk, for political cover. So he shows up to CPAC, and in the green room or one of the conference rooms behind the main stage, he gives Elon Musk a chainsaw of bureaucracy, because Milei is also about slashing government institutions as well, heedlessly. And so I'm going to pull up this meme video posted by Doge HQ, the account Doge HQ. And they have George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone, playing. The guy laughing, also making weird noises, is Javier Milei. Doge HQ posts, absolutely electric. The president of Argentina traveled to the U.S. to gift Elon Musk a Doge chainsaw at CPAC. The golden age is here. I'm going to clarify some of the things that are said because, again, they're playing Bad to the Bone. They're walking into the green room.
How you doing? Good, how's it going? Hey.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Opening it up, there's the chainsaw inside the box. Okay. That's a chainsaw. He's clearly never handled one. Whoa, that's cool, says Elon Musk.
The first thing he does is grab the fucking chain blade.
Yeah, the first thing Elon Musk has touched is the chain blade. Photo opportunity with the chainsaw. Ooh. Okay, more photo ops. This one in front of the U.S. and Argentine flag with the chainsaw, really featuring the chainsaw. They love the chain. It's a beautiful chainsaw. Everybody loves the chainsaw. Okay, the only good thing about that was George Thorogood, who's actually a rad dude.
In the beginning, too, when Elon saw the cameras coming, he quickly put his sunglasses on, and then when he figured out what it was immediately, he took them back off, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's Javier Milei, and I just wanted to, just for your own awareness, just play one of the interviews from his own country. This is, I'm going to have to translate, but it's really rabid, and he tees off on us leftists. You can't give a shit leftard an inch.
Yeah, this is the haircut I'm talking about.
Yeah. Can you define shit leftist? All collectivists. All collectivists are shit leftists. Why do you call them shit? Because they are shit. If you don't think differently from them, they will kill you. This is the point. You can't give them shit leftists an inch. If you give them an inch, they will use it to destroy you. You can't negotiate with leftards. You don't negotiate with trash because they will end you. If the left have a guy that beats his wife off, if it's one of them, he puts on the green scarf, pro-abortion, and yells neoliberalism all the time, and they hide it. If suddenly there's a journalist that molests another journalist, they hide it. Then it's one of them, they hide it. They hide all of those aberrations. Now, if you are on the other side, they will ruin you.
Greg, have you done any molested journalists hiding? I've never.
It's all. I mean, look, I know it's in Spanish, but I know we have a lot of people from like Mexico and Chile that follow this channel. So if anyone wants to do a Spanish translation, I know it's not a complete parallel, but the fact that he used an adjacent word to molest is weird.
He's saying that leftists will hide journalist on journalist sexual assault. That was the actual accusation there. Which is fucking wild because last time I checked in the U.S., all the media companies are owned by one guy and he's not a leftist. So
yeah. Also, if that was true, like why did all the liberal news anchors who like had any sort of sexual misconduct during the Me Too movement, they got fired? But anyways, he's like, look, they cover it up when they do it, but when you do it, they expose you.
He's like, when I sexually assault someone, they come after me. That's the subtext. That's what he's mad about. He's mad that he, has consequences when he behaves that way.
Yeah. So let's actually now look at the CPAC conference. We're gonna at the very end of this episode play a little clip from Idiocracy, the movie, because it's like pretty much the same thing. All right, here you go for your own amusement. It's Friday. You're about to get off work. It's about to be the weekend. So sit back and watch the clownishness.
That's cool. All right.
Elon Musk still has the chainsaw.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
Javier Milei comes on stage, shakes.
He's wearing a chain and a print t-shirt and a suit.
We're going to get into that.
All right.
Someone just shouted, "We love you, Elon!" And then the moderator, Elon places the chainsaw down on stage, and the moderator's like, "Nope, we can't have it there. Let's move it." It's
not a good idea to leave a chainsaw lying on the floor.
So let's put it over here.
They want it right here. All right, great. A little stage prop.
Now they're about to sit down. Elon Musk has a "Make America Great Again," but in a black hat because he says constantly that he's dark gothic MAGA. He has a chain and then a black blazer, black jeans, and a t-shirt.
I just want to be like, name 3 goth bands right now. You can't do it. No, him, Elon.
No. I can name. Obviously, I can name 3 goth bands. I'm trying to think like what.
What would he say?
Yeah, what would he say?
I don't know. Drowning pool. I don't know, something clearly wrong.
No, he's not cool. Yeah, no, he's not cool enough to know actually any.
No, he would.
Any goth bands.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like an easy one, like maybe he'd name like Deftones. Deftones is a goth band or something.
He looks like an incel trying to dress goth,
but failing because he's in a fucking blazer.
But he's only
exactly with a gold chain.
With a gold chain.
And I think with sneakers on.
Zuckerberg did this shit too, where he tried to class his look up a little bit. Elon is failing so much worse here.
All right, yeah. So, anyways, we just described what he looks like. Now he's going to sit down and he's going to speak. And someone's in a K-hole right now. A lot of ketamine goes into this.
Ooh.
We love you, Elon.
Sir. Thanks, guys. Have a seat. So, that was something. I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much.
He says, "I am become meme." You know what I think he's trying to do? I think he's trying to reference Oppenheimer's translation of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, sorry.
But his trying to cover his joke fucking drops flat. Nobody laughs. And then he goes, "Yeah."
Because nobody in the audience knows what the fuck they're not going to know Oppenheimer's translation of an ancient Indian poem.
Also, it's a fucking stupid joke. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's not. So, in case you don't know, it's totally fine. It's Shiva.
I become
speaking.
Death, the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah. I have become Death, the destroyer of worlds. Oppenheimer referenced it when he created the nuclear bomb, and now Elon Musk says, "I am become meme." Sick.
I'm living the meme. It's like there's living the dream and there's living the meme, and it's pretty much what's happening, You're like, I think you're bigger. I mean, Doge started out as a meme. Think about it. And now it's real. Isn't that crazy?
It's like the most awkward dude on both cocaine at once.
But he was never this bad until he started doing all that ketamine.
Yeah, I mean he's always been this awkward. Like when you watch him on Rogan like years ago, he's that fucking awkward, but he's not doing it that fast, right? Like the guy's clearly got a shit ton of something.
Yeah.
Not that I'm against drugs, but it is obvious.
Yeah, and now that he started posting on X, it's like how he posts on X is now how he talks permanently.
Yeah.
Here's another little clip from that interview.
I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Yeah. Like you can't make fun of anything. So there's like comedy sucks. It's like nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like legalize comedy. Yeah.
You know what the right, what conservatives, what far right conservatives are notoriously known for? Being good at comedy.
Far right conservatives, Christian fundamentalists.
It's like I can't tell comedy. It's like I can't tell jokes anymore because I'm not allowed to say the N-word.
Yeah, they make great music, they make great comedy. They're great at culture. You know, they totally don't look like a bunch of 25-year-old boys dressed like 7-year-old men.
Yeah, you know what you need. You know why they're so good at it. You know what you need to make like good comedy and art in general. It's emotional and intellectual curiosity.
That's right.
And they have that in spades.
You can't have a stunted personality. You can't be emotionally stunted. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, if you can't say the R word or the P word or the N word anymore, like what can you do? Your hands are tied when making jokes.
You can't spend your life seeking revenge on all the women that rejected you.
Yeah, so
this guy's like the incel in chief, man. Like he's got such hard 4chan incel energy. It's not even funny.
Well, that's interesting because Wired, and I'm going to play this for the next 3 minutes, did a really good social media commentary piece about how Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos, all these techno-feudalist oligarchs have started to dress recently.
Yeah.
To project power. That's why they're wearing all black now. Everyone's wearing all black. All these guys are. That's why he has to be I'm dark gothic. MAGA. Which
Craig is there's a bunch of metalheads, punks, and goths in our circles. I find that kind of irritating, frankly. But
yeah.
I mean
sorry, wrong one. Here we go.
New tech oligarchy, forged in the crucible of Trump-era chaos, has moved beyond the anti-fashion ethos.
And again, this is from Wired magazine. They put out a lot of good stuff on social media about the tech oligarchy. So
don't you guys have like billion-dollar budgets to pay someone with like fashion sense and style to pick their fucking outfits for them? They always look like absolute nerds. Like they don't look good. It's wild.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to look like Harrison Ford and Vin Diesel, but they're not Harrison Ford or Vin Diesel. So anyways, I'm going to play this whole Wired thing for the next 2.5 minutes.
I feel like
it's really good.
I feel like this started with Bezos and a cowboy hat too, by the way. And then remember Elon tried to wear one too, but he was wearing it backwards.
Yeah, and it was a giant black one.
Yeah, but he's wearing it fucking backwards. Yeah.
Of Silicon Valley of the 2000s and 2010s, and the faux humility of Patagonia vests and all-bird sneakers. Now they're dressing like titans, strongmen, and emperors, because in their minds, that's exactly what they are. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is a jiu-jitsu practicing, Richard Mille wearing, powerlifting tycoon whose wardrobe now includes custom t-shirts emblazoned with historical mottos, Pathe, Mathos, Carthago, Delendia Est, and...
I can't believe he wore a Carthage must be destroyed shirt.
What a fucking dork. Did you hear what he said at the beginning, though? He was like, they used to wear like Patagonia vests and like sneakers and stuff. This hilariously goes back to what Bannon was saying, though, because they used to seek a neoliberal Democrat approval, right? So they dress like kind of West Coast elites, right? And but now they've switched and they're like, okay, well, the Republicans have the numbers or whatever, have the current power, so they're going to switch over and start wearing shit like this. Yeah, that's hilarious.
And out Zuck, out nihil. Elon Musk oscillates between Bell-staff leather biker jackets and all-black Tom Ford suits years after working with designer Emily Dawn Long on his glow-up, supposedly looking to channel macho male icons such as Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, and Antarctic explorer Ernest Shackleton. Amazon's Jeff Bezos was once a dorky, fleece-vested book salesman and has since undergone a biceps-first metamorphosis into a Vin Diesel-adjacent yacht lord. He's a fixture at Milan Fashion Week, turning up at Dolce & Gabbana shows in impeccably tailored trousers and D&G leather bomber jackets. This aesthetic evolution tells a larger story about the consolidation of power in the tech industry. There was a time when tech billionaires maintained a carefully curated image of modesty. Musk, for instance, once claimed to live in a tiny house on his sprawling estate, while when asked why he wore the same thing every day, Zuckerberg said he didn't have time to spend energy on things that were silly or frivolous. Now that mindset has shifted, though, and nowhere is this more apparent than in figures like Zuckerberg, who, while dismantling fact-checking protections across Meta platforms, he did so while wearing a $900,000 Grubel 4C timepiece strapped to his wrist. For Zuckerberg, the shift from awkward tech nerd to combat-trained, physically imposing leader mirrors the broader trajectory of Silicon Valley itself. The archetype of the hoodie-clad disruptor has been replaced by something more militarized, more overtly aggressive. Zuckerberg's aesthetic evolution coincides with Meta's rollbacks on content moderation, a move that aligns him with the political right. And this particular brand of alpha masculinity is scarily rife among the tech elite. Reinvention in this context isn't just self-expression, it's an assertion of dominance. If history teaches us anything, it's this: when the richest men in the world start dressing like emperors, the rest of us should pay attention, because power, when it rebrands itself, is rarely just about aesthetics. It's a warning.
I thought it was a good piece. It's an interesting
really good.
Yeah, social phenomena. I mean, yeah.
I will say of the three of them, Elon still looks like he's dressing himself. You know what I mean? Like, as corny as it is, Zuckerberg and Bezos look fairly put together. But Elon still looks like he's just picking shit at random.
Yeah, you know, this comes back to this Guardian article, op-ed. I knew rich men would destroy the world. One second, I'm going to pull this up.
I didn't expect evil to be this cartoonish when it arrived. That's my.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect fascism to be this cartoonish.
Yeah.
But I guess like
we're used to the Nazis. We're used to, you know, designer fashion.
like uniform Hugo Boss. Although Hitler did have some weird shorts and long socks outfits, but for the most part,
more just German than anything else, though.
Yeah, that's just German. Yeah. I'm gonna bring up this article saying that we're just shooting the shit, talking about these. They're not nerds. Like
I saw this. This article is great. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say they're not nerds. Okay, we are nerds. Okay, these guys are dorks.
Yeah. There's like it goes like geek nerd dork, I guess, in the terminology, I think. But yeah.
No, it's I think, well, geek's more like I can fix your computer. Nerds like I've read all the Star Wars and Warhammer 40K books.
That's fine.
And I play Dungeons and Dragons. And then dorks is just like I do some of all of this, but I just kind of suck.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to
other people are
just showing my bullies what's up.
Other people are not enjoying the Magic the Gathering tournament because I haven't watched in 3 weeks. That's dorks, right?
Yeah. I knew one day this article written by Rebecca Shaw. I knew one day I'd have to watch powerful men burn the world down. I just didn't expect them to be such losers. Elon and Mark Zuckerberg's desperation to be cool as they suck up to Donald Trump is so cringe it makes my skin crawl.
No one should be surprised with Zuckerberg, because the app was literally, the original function of the app was literally to help him get chicks. Like that was,
Yeah, and the climate crisis keeps coming. I'm quoting from the article. Genocides continue. Women keep getting murdered. Art is being strangled to death by AI. Bigotry is on the rise. Social progress is being rolled back. And these men insist on being cringe. It's a rotten cherry on top. This combination of evil and embarrassment is a unique horror, one that science fiction has failed to prepare us for. Yeah, no, not
yeah, no, I wasn't joking about the hand thing. She mentions Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, Elon. They all fucking sit. They all sit like this, and they've all started doing it.
It's like they're like they watch like cartoon evil masterminds.
Yeah.
From like I don't know, like the same channel that Tom and Jerry was on.
Yes.
Like, wait until I do something.
But so like some of their like sub dude, some of their like beta dick. I'm using their words. Some of their beta dick writers that like follow them around have started doing their interviews like this and sitting like this, and it's almost like a way to telegraph that like you're on their team. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking, there's some other system of communication that they use too. I'm just mind blanking on right now, but yeah, the secondhand embarrassment we have to endure gets even more potent when combined with other influences on young men like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. Again, Peterson is a big voice in men's rights. The fact that that's even a sentence is hilarious. But he's also okay. Yeah. So much so that he has his own Know Your Meme page, which covers that time he reportedly retweeted an image from a fetish film, apparently believing it was Chinese communist sperm extraction facility. He deleted it shortly after. Dude. And then, of course, Tate is facing human trafficking charges, but he rose to fame as a voice for young men, a misogynist in bad outfits who does really cool things like smoking cigars, wearing sunnies inside, and trying to drag human rights back 100 years. I mean, yeah, the Trump administration is pressuring the Romanian government to drop charges against Andrew Tate right now.
And fucking Eric Adams, but yeah,
and Eric Adams. It's just insane. It's like all the incels are not like, even if they're not on the same class economically, they're in the same spectrum ideologically, and they're like all trying to like band together and save each other.
Well, and these are all ideologies of convenience, right? Like that's the really one of the really tragic things about the young men that follow these guys or that look up to them or emulate them is none of these guys believe any of the shit they're putting out, right? Elon and Zuckerberg were cozying up to Democrats 5 years ago, 10 years ago. These people are all opportunists. They're opportunists. They're propagandists, and they're selling you something.
Yeah,
Tate's absolutely selling you something. Jordan Peterson is selling you something, and so when you emulate these guys and take them at face value, you're getting hosed.
Definitely, and also, it's not
at least Javier Milei has the courtesy to do it up front, a pump and dump scheme, and do it directly to your face.
Well, here's the thing: like Milei is only a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
these guys don't need to do pump and dump schemes because they control the system, and that's why they've come over to the Republican Party, because they own the government. Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrat House Minority Leader, said it himself a couple weeks ago on C-SPAN. It's like, we have no leverage. What do you want us to do? They own the House, they own the Senate, they own the presidency, and they own the judiciary. Like, we have no leverage. What do you want us to do?
It's like that doesn't mean that Cory Booker has to cast a confirmation vote on somebody who was a Project 2025 architect, but he fucking did. Yeah.
It's like, guys, just treat this oligarchic fascist takeover like it was a campus protest for Palestine.
Yeah.
Like at least show some spirit. So the last couple paragraphs of this article were: living your life to impress other men by hating women is one of the most embarrassing things I can imagine. Look up to any of these men for how to live your life is even sadder. I've worked hard to keep these kind of men out of my personal life, to keep them away from me, out of my goddamn sight. Now that they are in my face daily, not only influencing the world for the worse, but making me nauseous at how uncool and pathetic they are. On top of their other sins, it's too much. I can't take it. There needs to be a change. It's time for us to start getting revenge on the nerds. Okay. Well, I'd say, again, revenge on the dorks.
All right.
Yeah, dude. So I think they've clearly all banded together and towed the line along the government. When it comes to defining fascism, especially fascism in the modern era, it gets a little bit different because every fascist movement looked different because it's than other fascist movements, because it is a highly nationalistic movement, but so it like depends on nationality, like Spain, Italy, Germany.
But these guys are techno-feudalists, right? Like they don't. Yeah. ideological politics, left-right politics don't really fucking matter, right? As long as Greg Stoker and Travis, last name unknown, are walking around generating constant value for their applications, generating data, interacting with their systems, like that's techno-feudalism, right? When you to explain a little piece of that, right? When you're using your phone, when you're walking around, when you're talking, everything you do is monetized by these guys, right? Every word you say that the you-know-who system is listening to, she who starts with an A, all of your map data, all of your movement data, all of your interactions, everything you type and the content you produce, that's all value. You're producing value for Zuckerberg, for Meta, for Elon, for Bezos. Like, that's what you're doing. That's why it's techno-feudalism. Because you are a serf in their system.
And what's interesting
is
they
don't give a fuck about left right. That's why they flip flop when it's convenient.
Yeah, but there are some corollaries to World War II era fascism, because you're seeing the merging of corporate, oligarchic, and governmental power into a single system that disenfranchises the working class, busts unions, and makes life generally unlivable.
Didn't the Nazis co-opt the industrial leadership immediately?
Yeah. What was the big one? The huge oligarch that immediately got to Hitler. It's like something corrupt. I don't remember. There's a couple of movies based on it. I don't know why I'm mind blanking, but yes, one of the biggest oligarchic industrialists in Germany immediately hopped on board with the Nazis, and because the Nazis were super communist and anti-socialist, and he was having unionization problems at his own factories. So what would Hitler do is be like, okay, I'll back you if you send in your fucking brown shirt goon squads and bust these unions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're and it was all done on the pretense of national rejuvenation.
Yeah, no, but to your point, Elon's like, I'll give you all this money and I'll back you if you let me take this nerd ass chainsaw, to multiple federal agencies that have pissed me off by forcing me to follow regulations and rules. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, all of these fascist movements were done under the ideological cover of a movement of national rejuvenation, the restoration of Aryan dignity in the Reich.
Yeah. Or as the dick riding simp in the audience says, it's the golden age.
Yeah. It's the golden age. In Italy, it was, conjuring the ghost of the Roman Empire. Here it's "Make America Great Again,"
or Zuckerberg's Carthage T-shirt. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, Carthago delenda est.
Yeah.
So just in case you're not history nerds like us, the Punic Wars were fought between Rome and Carthage, even though so it was seen as the fund by some problematic, generally right-wing historians, that the war between of annihilation between Rome and Carthage, and there was a couple wars, that's why we call them the Punic Wars, was seen as this fight against East versus West. Of course, that is problematic since the Carthaginians were also somewhat Hellenic too, culturally.
Isn't Carthage technically west of Rome too? But okay, dude.
Yeah, it's in North Africa. I mean, they did a lot of Greek stuff. They had some Greek gods that were influenced from the Greeks, which of course influenced Roman the Roman pantheon as well. They also fought in phalanx. Some units did, and I mean they were a quasi what we consider Western society. That's what they call it. But anyways, that being said, his shirt, it's just clearly Western exceptionalism, Carthago delenda est, which was said on the Roman Senate floor by I forget which senator when they finally voted to go into the Third Punic War and destroy Carthage. So it's just this insane Western centric shit. And if you look at other oligarchs that are on the same team that are involved with them, the Larry Ellison of Oracle.
That's a dark one too. Yeah, go ahead, if you're fans of this show, just go ahead and look up who the current CEO is. Look up Oracle Israel. Look up the what's her name? I forgot her name right now, but she's. At one point, Oracle employees were told that they had to display a computer background that said "We stand with Israel." Blah blah blah. There's some. Oracle's been bad for a minute.
Well, it started out as a CIA operation.
Yeah, right. It's not like it was ever good, right?
yeah. And then Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir, is a Western exceptionalist as well. he he wants to destroy China with superior technology. He doesn't look sane either. Like all these men just can't even groom themselves. Like, look, fucking Alex Karp, dude. You can't, like he's the Western exceptionalist. Like, you're a billionaire, but you can't even go to Turkey for a better hairline.
That's fucking wild. I mean, and I'd say that to somebody with a mohawk, but like that kind of hair just makes me think that you're fucking unhinged.
It's like he kind of reminds me of the movie Independence Day, like when they go into the underground bunker to like meet the head scientist in charge of reverse engineering the alien spacecraft. It's that guy. That's Alex Karp.
Meanwhile, if you go look up the CEO of Costco, he looks like a fairly reasonable man.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a CEO. I mean, Costco,
like, yeah, they're not perfect, but like
I mean, they're not raising prices that much.
They refuse to get rid of DEI. There's a
I'm
just saying, he's wearing a polo shirt and has like he's just a reasonable looking dude. He's not
I will say that's cool. I think they did that more for like political capital or social capital, because Costco's in a pretty big labor dispute.
Well, they did for sure. Well, also, but Costco, it was 90% of shareholders. That was a shareholder vote. That wasn't to be fair, to be accurate. You're right. That wasn't a C-suite executive decision. That was a shareholder board vote. That chose to not shit can the DEI program.
And look, I'm not trying to be elitist and do ad hominems about like how people look. I know I get made fun of for like
There's also a difference between being in a labor dispute and being in union busting.
Yeah. Okay, that's a fair point. So anyways, I don't like to do ad hominems. Most of the people that attack me from the right do ad hominems about like, look at your forehead. It's disgusting. This guy has as many good points as he has eyebrows. It's like, I have eyebrows, bro. They're just really,
blonde.
really
suffering from the same thing, dude.
Yeah, they're just really, really blonde. Okay.
Sorry.
At least I don't wear my pants like JD Vance at the
CPAC
my
god,
conference.
you didn't show that yet.
No. So literally, okay, like
what in the fucking pantaloons is that, dude?
All right, since I know most of you guys listen to the audio, if you want to go look up JD Vance on Google image search, JD Vance CPAC conference pants. He's literally wearing capris. There is white skin while he's sitting down in between his dark navy socks.
So like if you're sitting down and you pull up your dress socks in your business shoes, right? And your slacks slide up, right? Your pants are gonna slide up a little bit. His pants have slid up so high that there is white space between the tops of his pulled up dress socks and the bottom of his fucking pants, dude. What the fuck is going on there?
Yeah. Also, I can't believe I see white skin in between the pants and the socks. Anyways, we got some pretty fun commentary on this.
JD Vance went to like an emo show once 20 years ago, and some girl told him that his eyeliner looked good on him, and he's held that close to his heart.
Yeah, and they were seated on a couch at the back of the venue.
That's right.
I love couches and eyeliner now.
Oh, couches and eyeliner takes me back.
Now, come on, Hansel and Gretel. What is What in the Pippi Longstocking? Who is dressing this man? This is not a partisan issue. This is a clothing issue. Someone get him longer pants. I know the price of eggs are high, but damn, the price of eggs are high, but not as high as his pants.
That's great.
That, dude. And again, what are you gonna do? I used to think we used to be a real country, but as they get more and more radical, I was like, we're never a real country.
No, it's just dude. Like, the fascism is here, and it's cartoonish. Like, holy crap!
Like these are the ones that are going to like take us into war with China over Taiwan.
It's the conformity is being practiced, right? Like you have to look a certain way, but it's shit you would never. We're all gonna wear band-aids over our ear because Trump almost got shot, or like the people wearing diapers and shit. It's like it's so wild. It's so wild the forms that it takes.
1 second here. Okay, here's another aspect of conformity, and this was what I was mind blanking on. There's also a status symbol and a method of communication within MAGA circles, and that is if I pursued my master's in anthropology or sociology, I'd be able to break this down a little bit more if I had a more solid knowledge base. And
I'm a fucking engineer, bro. I'm clueless too. So yeah.
Okay, so here, plastic surgeons explain the rise of the Mar-a-Lago face. So boom, boom.
Oh, I saw a lady making fun of this. Dude, what the fuck?
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to read from some of this article. There'll be a new look on Capitol Hill in January when the Trump administration officially takes office. Many in Donald Trump's inner circle appear to have gone under plastic surgeon's knife, creating what is now being dubbed the Mar-a-Lago face. Defined by copious use of Botox, a Miami bronze tan, puffy lips, and silky smooth skin, plastic surgeons told DailyMail.com it was giving Trump land an almost plastic and Real Housewives.
It is, dude. It's Miami shit. It is,
but it's bad Miami.
It's bad Miami. Yeah, it's Miami shit is like interpreted by the Midwest or something. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like someone who grew up watching like the most ratchet, Desperate Housewives seasons. It was like, I'm gonna be rich one day too. Some have suggested that the shift in appearance of Trump's closest aides could be down to a desire to please the president-elect, who has been accused of having preference for attractive subordinates. I mean, if you consider, okay. Dr. Anthony Yoon, a plastic surgeon in Michigan, says it's something you'd see in Real Housewives stars, a combination of Botox and filler that are mildly to moderately overdone. They don't look distorted necessarily, but they also don't look like they used to. It's definitely a plastic look, maybe a Kardashian look. So I think these people who came from like a lot of these acolytes.
I mean, Matt Gaetz' face looked like it was fucking collapsing. That was bad.
Yeah. He said MAGA stars like Laura Trump, who's married to Trump's third child, Eric, have undergone the biggest facial transformations. So we're looking at Laura Trump here. On the left, she looks like a natural woman. And on the right, she looks like an evil cyborg. So anyways, to go on, Kristi Noem, a 52-year-old Republican congresswoman from South Dakota. Yeah, I think then we look at Matt Gaetz. His eyebrows are insane now. Matt Gaetz went from, I don't know what to say. Like his eyebrows.
He looks like he lives in fucking Whoville, dude.
Oh, Whoville? Oh, like from the Grinch?
Yeah.
And then Kimberly Guilfoyle.
It's like she's permanently smelling a fart.
Okay, so anyways, yes, that is another aspect of uniformity.
Ooh, that's scary. I had not clocked that one yet.
The Mar-a-Lago facelift is now like a status symbol within Trump world.
We should do that for Halloween.
Whoa, that's fucking great. Like we should all do Mar-a-Lago facelifts, but like, yeah, like I feel like I'd have to use tape. We
can use tape and like give ourselves like Matt Gaetz' face.
Yeah, well, first of all, since I don't have fucking eyebrows, I'll have to dye them and then and then make them like give them that Whoville curvature,
That's why the right-wing dudes coming after you are focusing on your eyebrows, because you don't have Mar-a-Lago face, and they're used to just like massively drawn on, super caterpillar ass eyebrows.
Yeah, and you know what? I just wanted to bring this up. I have this saved to my phone photos. It's pretty hilarious, and it's apropos of this conversation. I just need to fill time while I shoot it over to myself. Okay, here it is. Cool. Fuck yeah, I saved it on my phone.
Kristi Noem gets that work done in between shooting puppies that disobey her.
Yeah, so if you don't know who Kristi Noem was, she was one of President Trump's first kind of speculations for who would be his running mate.
Yeah, governor.
Yeah, she was a governor of which state?
South Dakota or North Dakota.
Anyways, she shot her dog with a gun, and people thought that wouldn't resonate with voters, and they were probably right.
Yeah, South Dakota. Yeah.
Okay, so here is another. This is a right-wing businessman getting confronted about Palestine.
Oh my God, she did it too, dude. I'm looking at a picture of her as governor like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
she looks normal, and now she looks exactly like that. That's fucking nuts.
Holy crap. So, anyways, it was a pretty good video. So, this lobbyist within Congress gets confronted by Palestine activists, and they basically ask him like, "What do you think of Palestine?" And he doesn't say anything. He smiles contemptuously, then walks away. And then he's like, "You look like you've had plastic surgery, sir. What do you think about Palestine?" And the guy he turns around and gets violent. It's hilarious.
It was truly a pleasure. Can I ask your stance on Palestine, sir? Palestine. You look like you got plastic surgery, sir. Can I get your stance on Palestine? Yeah. It was truly a pleasure. Can I ask your stance on Palestine, sir? Palestine. You look like you got plastic surgery, sir. Can I get your stance on Palestine? Yeah.
So, like, genocide, whatever, but do not call out my right-wing plastic surgery.
Yeah, do not call out my Mar-a-Lago face. That's freaking wild.
Yeah, dude. So that's kind of what we're looking at going forward. I think that's how we troll the right.
These are the same dudes being like, you can't, like ban all trans, gender affirming care, ban all, it's like, yeah, okay, but you can.
They only get gender affirming care
into a fucking Whoville Ken doll for your overlord.
Look, you get gender affirming care, but like no one else does. What is that?
Also, by the way, the same plumping, functionalities are apparently super popular in Wall Street right now with dudes getting their dicks pumped.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dick plumping injections to add girth to your fucking dick is fairly huge in Wall Street right now. Like the rich dudes in Manhattan are getting dick injections to try to make their wangs bigger.
It's like, dude, you already do too much coke. You're not going to finish.
Yes,
What are you doing, man?
You need so much blow, you're not going to do anything with that thing anyway, man.
It's like, yeah. It's for you. Okay, that's just for you.
Right.
You're on your own time.
No, that's fucking super funny because apparently, like, one of the things that they do is they get injections to make, the shower grower thing to make their dicks look a little bigger at rest, so to speak. And it's like, who's seeing that though? That's when you're in the gym shower, at your fucking like athletic club.
No, it's when you're when your finance bros are.
Yeah, exactly. You want your dong to look bigger for your other finance bros in the fucking gym shower with you.
Oh, nice one, Eric. Hell yeah, Eric.
Nice, Eric.
So
you getting dick talks?
Yeah, who's your guy?
Yeah, who's your guy?
I hate this. I hate everything about this.
Yeah, we all knew 2025 was gonna be garbage, but damn, it went hard right out the gate.
So we got the Mar-a-Lago face and the Wall Street dick plump.
Wall Street dick talks.
All right. Well, you know what? I said we'd end on Idiocracy, so let's just bring this clip back from the. Well, this movie came out in 2012, right?
Yeah. This is Mike Judge being super prescient as always. So let's go ahead and show everyone where we're.
All right. This is introducing Terry Crews as President Camacho. President Camacho, which I think is like a hybrid between Comanche and Macho.
Terry Crews is a fucking gem.
All right, here we go.
President Camacho. Your monkey ass down. Chill out. Shit.
That's all it says on the teleprompter he's looking at. Yeah.
Shit's bad right now. With all that starving bullshit. And the dust storms. And we running out of French fries and burrito coverings. Yeah. But I got a solution.
That's what you said.
Burrito coverings.
I got a solution. You're a dick.
South Carolina, what's up?
Then he pulls out an M294 squad belt-fed automatic weapon.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Now, I understand everyone's shit's emotional right now, but listen up. I got a 3-point plan to fix everything. Number one, we got this guy not sure. Number two, he's got a higher IQ than any man alive. And number three, he's gonna fix everything. I give you my word as president. He'll fix the problems with all the dead crops. He's gonna make them grow again. And that ain't all. I give you my word. He's gonna fix the dust on the street. And I give you my word. He's gonna be that common. He's so smart. He's gonna do it all in 1 week.
I mean, that's like kind of like Trump, right? Like good grocery prices are going to go up day one.
President Camacho stood before the world and promised everyone that Joe would solve all their problems. He would not only end the Dust Bowl and heal the economy, but he would cure acne and car sickness as well. And if he didn't, President Camacho made another promise. He would kick Joe's smart balls all the way up to the roof of his smart mouth, and then he would throw his brainy ass back in jail.
This timeline sucks. I've said this before, but like, I wish my like tech. Oh, sorry. Hang on. My camera died. It sucks. What? Let me.
That's the platform. It just did it to me too.
Okay, I'll have to use my computer. Okay, so my crappy computer camera. So yeah, I've said it before. You know, my techno-feudal dystopian cyberpunk future. I thought it was going to be way cooler. You know, I feel kind of gypped. You know, that I'm not like taking a fucking like that. I'm not like shadow running.
Yeah, like I can't get any like cybernetic implants. You know, this isn't Cyberpunk 2077. Like this is fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah, you know, I'm not fucking like blazing through the streets on my motorcycle evading corpos.
It's not even an option. You know, it's garbage.
It's just dumb cops.
The only good thing we got in this timeline is Luigi. Like that's the only cool thing we got. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's other cool stuff that's going to happen too as this gets worse, but yeah, we'll have to see.
And Greg made the watch list that he was already on.
I made it on it again. Well, you know, I've been posting shit under like all of Elon Musk's posts, tweets, and on Eric Trump's.
I just call him a dork. That's the only response I do is I just write, "What a fucking dork." I don't even bother to argue with this shit.
And then you have all the bootlickers be like, "He's the smartest man alive."
Look, he sits like this.
Yes, like a cartoon evil genius. So yeah, well, cool. That was CPAC. That was a clown show. Elon Musk chainsaw, Javier Milei's shitcoin pump and dump scheme. We talked about the dress transformation of the Techno-feudalist, the Mar-a-Lago face, the fact that JD Vance can't dress himself, and I had to play one more thing before we end. And, you know, because you mentioned you were agreeing with Steve Bannon, and I said earlier in the episode.
I said it's wild that I agree with anything Steve Bannon said.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not trying to mischaracterize you.
Like that.
Okay. I apologize.
I think Steve Bannon, when he's not rubbing shit in his hair, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was at CPAC too. And, you know, he just went full right back. He's still a far right wing.
I didn't see this either. I want to see this.
He also, at the end of his speech, gives a Roman salute.
Oh, good Lord.
The only way that they win is we retreat, and we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So the Sig Heil.
He didn't even you know pretend to like give his heart to the people. That was just straight out there.
Fight, fight, fight.
Whoa.
I think now the Sig Heil is kind of normalized. You know,
you've had two of them do it on fucking national stages. So yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Okay, it's official.
Yep. I mean, it was kind of official before, but
yeah.
Here we go. And it just kind of reminds you that he might hate techno-feudalists and transhumanists, but you know he's still going to Steve Bannon.
How awkward is that for Vivek Ramaswamy right now?
Well, you know, he was on that interview with Ann Coulter, and she said to Vivek, "You know, I know you're an Indian man, but you're still like very, very articulate." It's like, guys,
she gave it the old racism.
The old racism, yeah. He can speak words.
That old country racism.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, don't you know that you're there for a purpose? You will never have a seat at the actual table.
Yeah.
especially when they're doing Sig Heils.
I think the Chinese call this when they want a Caucasian face for like a marketing scheme or something like that, or to come in and pretend that some scientific research to give it more credibility. They call white monkey jobs.
Yeah,
they call it in China. This is our version of that. This is Republican version of that.
Yeah. Well, okay, guys. So that's fun. I definitely wanted to do like a more fun segment, but we had to do CPAC. We had to cover CPAC.
I mean, I thought it was pretty fun.
It was fun. Look, we just got to embrace the suck. And the next 10 years, maybe 20 years, as we go through the Civil War or whatever, like dystopian hellscape, maybe things will get better when we're in our 70s. If we live that long, I probably won't make it.
I hope I at least get robot legs out of this bullshit, man. Because if I don't, this
is you just born too late to easily buy a house, born too early to get robot legs. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we will be back Monday. Thanks so much, Travis, for coming on.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here.
And we'll see you next time here on Colonial Outcasts.